beautiful people. I hope you guys are doing great. So, I wanted to come on live. A quick one. This just came up, so let me tell you guys, avoid what this is one of the deadliest mistakes that you need to avoid when you're filing for your family member. Join in live, guys. Okay, so I see lots of people, the Instagrammers are trooping in, waiting for the Facebookers. Okay, so here's one question I normally get. If I'm a US citizen, I'm filing for my parents. Can I file just one petition and then have both parents immigrate to the United States on that petition? Guys, that's what we're going to be discussing. I hope you guys are doing great. If you're watching me from Facebook, Instagram, please make sure you're following this page. Make sure your notification buttons are on so that you will see us as soon as we come on live. Okay, so we're going to be discussing one of the deadliest mistakes people make when they're filing for their family members. Deadliest mistake when filing for family. Okay, so I just wanted to put this topic on, this banner on Facebook. All right. Okay, so what is one of the deadliest mistakes when you're filing for your family? So assuming you're a US citizen and you want to file for your parents, people what they do is they would normally file one application and then list the other parents as a derivative, like the spouse. So she files, let's say Sarah is a US citizen, she's originally from Pakistan, and she's filing for both of her parents who are back home in Pakistan. And what she does is she actually files one petition and just lists sort of like one petition for her father, thinking that her mother can be a derivative of that petition. So that's a very deadly mistake, because what you'll find is you go through to the end of the process after waiting, and you realize that only the parent you filed for can come. So under the immediate relative category, there's nothing like derivatives. Under the immediate relative category, there's nothing like derivatives. You need to file a separate application or a separate petition for each immediate relative. So who are immediate relatives? Immediate relatives are three types of people: spouses, parents, children under 21 years old and married of US citizens. These people are known as the immediate relatives. So if you want to file, for example, for both of your parents, don't file for one thinking the other parent is going to be a derivative of that application. You need to file two separate applications, two separate petitions for your parents, your mother and your father. And then, both of them can come, because what happens is if you file for one parent thinking that the other parent is going to be a derivative, only that parent you file for is going to be allowed to come into the United States. Okay. Now, if we take a look at the preference immigrant category, the preference immigrant category is, where there's a quota. So with the preference immigrant category, we talk mostly about, green card holders, married children of US citizens. So we have the categories. There are quotas. So we have the F1, which is the married children of US citizens. Then I'm sorry, the F1 is, I don't have the script here, but F1 is the unmarried children of US citizens who are above 21. So that's our married sons and daughters of US citizens. Then we have the F2A, which is the the spouse and the minor children of green card holders. Then we have the F2B, which is the unmarried sons and daughters of green card holders. Then we have the F3, which is the married sons and daughters of US citizens. I've waved everybody, welcome everybody. And then we have the F4, which is the siblings of US citizens. So under the preference immigrants category, remember, it's a quota system. So the amount of visas available are fewer than the number of people that want to come to the US. So avoid this painful mistake. If you're filing and your family members the filing category would be in the preference immigrant category, then you are allowed to have derivatives. So you can file one petition for your wife if you are the petitioner, you're a green card holder, and your spouse is, let's say, abroad, and then you have children, let's say minor children. If you have 4 children along with your spouse, you don't need to file separate petitions you don't need to file 5 petitions. You need to file just one petition. The 4 children will be derivatives of your spouse, who's the principal beneficiary. However, under the immediate relative category, nothing like that exists. You need to file independent applications for each of the beneficiaries of the application. Okay. One of the things with filing, when you're filing separate petitions for everyone, it may seem like a very expensive venture. And yes, it can be very costly, but it has its benefits, right? Because the fate of derivatives are tied to the fate of the principal beneficiary. So if for any reason the beneficiary is not allowed to come to the US due to inadmissibility reasons, or the principal beneficiary is denied his immigrant visa, then the derivatives cannot come, because their applications are, piggybacking on the principal beneficiary's application. So, you might want to consider doing separate and independent petitions, even when they're in the preference immigrants category. You can do the piggyback applications. You can do separate and independent applications for them, so that there will be no issues. If the principal beneficiary faces a block, the rest of your children can come, or whoever. So that's just one deadly mistake. Please, if you're filing under the immediate relative category, there are no derivatives. Don't combine applications and say, oh, I'm filing for just one person and the rest, I'm filing for what my mother, and my mother will bring her children as derivatives, and my mother will bring her husband as a derivative. Doesn't work that way. So you need to make sure that you're filing separate and independent petitions for people under the immediate relative category. And if you're filing under the preference immigrant category, you can consider doing the derivatives, but it's also advisable to do separate petitions, just in case anything goes wrong. Okay, guys, you have questions, concerns, let me know. If you can have any U.S. immigration law question or concern, and I will try to answer. If we don't have anything, as I'm sure you guys can tell that I sound very congested. So I will call it today, and I'll see you guys hopefully maybe tomorrow, or later on in the week, maybe Friday. Okay. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please take care, be safe. And if you need our help, please call us 802-7800-564. You can just DM us and we will respond to you. Bye-bye.